he was never my mentor, but I did learn a lot from him. So when as I was listening to him, I found out that multifamily is different from single family. Even though most of our properties are actually not single families, currently we have just one property that's actually single family, and most of our properties are like duplexes or triplexes. We have a fiveplex and stuff. But when you talk about single families, so let's say single families because we put them all together as single families, the property of the value of that property depends on the houses around it. So environment has a lot to do with the value of a single property or single properties, let's say four or less. But when you're talking about multi properties, when you're talking about more than 20 units or more than 100 units, the value of that property just depends solely on how much that property generates. So if you're able to buy a property that is a proper multifamily, let's say 100 units, and you're able to increase the revenue of that property, then you increase the value automatically. So when I learned that, I learned that from Rodcliffe, it was a light bulb moment for me. And that was when I started thinking that I think multifamily would be the way to go for us. The issue with having most of these multifamilies, big multifamilies, like more than 50 units or more, or let's say more than 100 units, is that it's difficult for one person to purchase them. Except you are the ultra rich people. So you have to have millions of dollars to purchase them. And that's where syndication comes in, basically, because you can come together with other like minds who may or may not want to get their hands dirty. What I mean by that is obviously when you do syndications, you have two groups of people, one general partners, the other one limited partners. So the limited partners don't want to get their hands dirty. They just want to deploy their capital and they want their capital to work for them. But we into general partnership. So we because we've done real estate for so long, we're comfortable with it. So the general partners are the ones that actually run the project. They can help raise capital. They do the underwriting. So there's a lot that goes into buying a big asset like that, like 100-unit apartment. You have to do underwriting. You have to make some assumptions, and they have to be as conservative as possible so that you can execute your business plan. So, in short, what I'm trying to say is that when you buy this properties, it's like you're buying a business. You buy the business, you add value to the business, you increase the revenue of the business, and then you can exit. So the average syndication is we call it the hold period when you actually hold that property. It's usually about 5 years. Some may be a little shorter, like 3 years. Other may be a little longer, like 7 years. But the average is usually 5 years. And within that time, you execute what they call a business plan when you increase the value of that property by doing several things. And each property is different. The needs are different. And but some of the time is by renovation. When you renovate things, you provide services that may not be present in that property before you bought it, like a dog park, like a children's playground, that kind of stuff. And like you can have trash services if they didn't have that before. So you do that can increase revenue, will ultimately increase the value of the property. So that's from my we got into syndications.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. So what do you like about the operations? What describe for the listeners, if there are any? I'm sure there's some. What you do and how you what you like about it.
Okay, so as the COO, what I do is really the day-to-day running of the business, from the paperwork to visiting sites and I get my hands dirty with the contractors. I've always loved being on property sites, just being in the nitty gritty of it all. So with property maintenance, figure out how to make the maximum, how to maximize whatever it is we have, like our resources, how to maximize it so that we can make the most profits available. And yeah, so I do almost everything, the taxes, just getting the numbers together, just everything on the operational end of it. But most of the time, I am on site.
Good. So yeah, and my role mostly is capital raising aspect of things, and I also do visit the sites, and for acquisition when we're once there's a property that we think that the numbers may work, and I leave the day-to-day running of things to our CEO, and you know doing syndication is a team sport. You can't do it alone. It's almost impossible for somebody to scale a business alone. So, and that's part of why I like multifamily as well as syndication. It exposes you. Sometimes the exposure is a little scary if you're not used to being exposed. But at the end of the day, we like what we do. We've been in it for several years, and it's something that has been good to us. And like we said, it's not been all wins. We've had this, but overall, it's just right.
Yes, yes. Yes, like you said, we've always been in real estate. The difference between what we've been doing and what we're doing now is we're making it more of a team sports where we want like minds, we want investors, we want other individuals to join us and for us to get these properties and invest in these properties and just make the best of our money, let our money work for us.
Yeah, like I always say, that's a quote I learned from the radiologist I did mentorship with. She says this a lot, and it was a quote by Warren Buffett that if you don't make money while you sleep, you work till you die. So if you don't have a source of passive income, it's difficult to build generational wealth. If all we do is to just exchange our time for money, like I went to the hospital and I just came back, and if that's all I do, it's kind of difficult to build generational wealth that way. But if you can have things that can appreciate over time, things that you can add value to, things that you don't have to be there for it to produce revenue, then and it could be real estate, it could be some people like to buy other businesses, could be any business at all, laundromats, but buying a business that you don't have to be on ground 24/7 while the business performs, it's a good thing.
Let your money work for you.
So the main goal of our webinar today is to introduce ourselves. Going forward, I plan to do, and I'll be talking about things. Hopefully, by the time I do a couple of them, I'll get the hang of it on how to really get people to interact with me and how to look at that. I might be old, but I can still be talking with tricks.
I'll play to be more structured.
Yeah, so it'll be structured. Yeah. Today is an introduction. We want people to actually see our faces, hear our voice, I'm sure some people might have seen us on LinkedIn before. I just celebrated actually 10,000 followership earlier this week. So so I'm sure some people have seen me on LinkedIn and followed me, but they've probably seen my pictures, but they never heard my voice. So I think it's this is a good thing for us to keep our, to get our faces out there, let people hear our voices, and know that we really do exist, and we are in this business, and hopefully going forward we'll have more interactions. So every couple of weeks or so we'll have a LinkedIn live. We'll have a topic that we want to talk about. I would love people to ask questions, because I think that the what we provide to our clients is not advice. It's not we're not um, providing specialist advice. We're not CPAs. We're not financial advisors, but we are people that have been in real estate for a long time. We know that space, so we can share our knowledge. We can share our wins. We can share some of our losses, and so that people can learn and people can ask questions. And if they feel that what we do is a good fit for them, then they can join us. And we would also like people to go to our website. It's 3dscapital.com. That's 3dscapital.com. And on our website, you can book a call with me. You can book a call with my wife. You can join our list of investor network. Actually, I've been working on our CRM all week, trying to update it as much as possible, because we want to start sending out emails, weekly emails, just telling people about what we're doing. We don't really have a current deal right now, but we just kind of closed our last deal earlier. I think it was February of this year. So we're in the process of looking for deals. We're hoping that there's possibly one in the oven or in the making soon that we'll be talking to our investors about. But I would like to interact with people. I'm hoping that at some point we might start a podcast and just have people interact with us and ask us questions and learn from our journey so far, and we'll be able to impact other people. Do you have any final words you could say?
Yeah, we're so glad you guys are here, and we would love for you to join from time to time. And don't forget to bring your questions. We would love to answer your questions. And um, that's all for now until we see
So,
you
yeah.
next time.
So see you guys next time. We hopefully they would have this video and we'll be able to put it on LinkedIn as well. We also just opened a YouTube channel. We'll put it there as well. And we have a Substack that we'll put there as well. And we'll just kind of have this video out there as much as possible so that people can watch at their leisure, and they can reach out to us. They can go to our website and fill our forms and join our network of investors.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody. We are glad that you joined us, and we
Thank
hope
you.
to see you and interact better with you in the future.
Okay. Bye. See you.
Bye. I think this is the end button, right?
Okay. So
Well,
this
maybe
is
you should